everyone, my name is Rojan Rijal. I'm doing computer science major at Cal State Fullerton, and I'm also the vice president for Offensive Security Society at our school. This is the only cybersecurity club at our school. So my usual interest is basically in security. I focus on web application security and work with the offensive security team on different kind of projects. Other than that, in the free time, I just hang around with friends and do different research related to security, or also like to create different web applications for my own use. So usually when it comes to web application security, I focus on finding security issues on major companies. So what I participate is called bug bounties, where we are given tasks to find vulnerabilities on major companies like Uber, Twitter, or any major companies that have asked us to find vulnerabilities. So day to day, usually when I'm invited to hack on some programs, whether it's major programs like Uber or small companies, my goal is to find security issues on them. And on the side, I also try to create my own web applications. So for example, recently we are working on a project in OSS to create a vulnerable infrastructure of a fictitious university. So students will be tasked on hacking the whole system of that university that we are making. And right now I'm working on different web applications for that to kind of mimic a real university system with, for example, the student gradebooks, teachers submitting their assignments, and other kind of network infrastructures on that. So that's what I focus on with web applications and security on the side. Our Cal State Fullerton, or in general, CTF engine is usually an environment where we create different vulnerable systems, so it's primarily focused on cybersecurity. There are some CTF engines that focus on programming as well. For us at OSS, we are building a CTF for the whole Cal State Fullerton system. So basically, anyone who wants to get into cybersecurity or who has been in cybersecurity and is still learning can sign up with their Cal State email and then practice with vulnerable systems. So what we have there are web applications, sometimes server that will be vulnerable. So every other week we will be posting different questions, different cybersecurity challenges there, and it has both beginner friendly as well as advanced level kind of hacking environments. And it gives an opportunity for the whole Cal State Fullerton students to give a shot about cybersecurity and kind of understand the concept of it, because at school we have classes and lectures and different cybersecurity projects, but what we don't have is a practical environment where students can practice their assignments, their skills, or any tools that they create. So that's why we decided to create the CTF engine for the Cal State Fullerton. So the thing is with students, what happens is once you graduate, if you're in cybersecurity, your ultimate goal is to get some kind of a cybersecurity role in a company. So whether it's a security engineer, incident response, or any of those kind, you need to have some kind of a practical experience. If you're just going to lecture every day, you are doing some kind of projects that teachers assign, you are not always going to have that industry experience out of it. So we decided to implement this CTF because all the questions that you'll see on the CTF engine will be real life vulnerabilities that we have found. So as I said earlier, I do bug bounties, and what I'm going to do is any website vulnerabilities that I find that have been fixed by those companies, I'm going to recreate that in our own environment so students can kind of get a practice of it and understand what that vulnerability does and its impact. That way, when they graduate or when they are looking for internships, they can have kind of an ease of experience when they get interviewed. Because if an interviewer asks them, there's some kind of a vulnerability type, they will be able to explain that, and they can also say, I found this vulnerability when I was doing a CTF. So that's why I believe it's super important for us to have this. That way students get a practical experience as well as a theoretical experience through the professors. One reason it's super significant for us is that we did a test run of the CTF over the winter break. So we had a red team meeting where we basically invited people that were interested on red team to come and practice vulnerable environments as we taught them different kind of tools. For example, when we taught them how to hack with Nmap or other security tools, we also recreated vulnerabilities that they can practice on. And what we noticed was students were kind of excited about it when they actually get to practice with each other and with vulnerable environments. So what we decided was, if we can do that with a small set of group, why not expand it over so that we can see the real talent in our school? Because what might happen is that our OSS club exists and we have members, but at the same time there might be someone else in the school that's interested in security but hasn't joined the club yet. And through this they kind of get an exposure and understand that there is a club in Cal State that is actively pursuing cybersecurity measures and has different kind of challenges that's coming up where they get to see real life environments. So they might get attracted towards the club or be part of the club, and in future compete in our events like CPTC and other competitions that we participate in. So in CPTC, what it is it's a competition that happens every year in fall. So this year we competed in October and November, and during those events we are invited to hack in a real life fix-this target. So a set of individuals will create a vulnerable environment, and our goal is to find vulnerabilities on those and write a security report. So in those cases, it's super important to have an experience to understand what you're doing and having a set of some kind of experience or checklist where you know exactly what you're doing, how to find vulnerabilities. And with this CTF, my goal is that students will have that experience before even going to these competitions. That way, once we see some of those students standing up, like finding more vulnerabilities, being more active than other CTF and other players in the CTF, we can invite them to these competitions, even to local competitions that OSS is planning to create, and kind of see where they're at, and in future probably take them to some of those competitions and get them networked with some real, some industry people from IBM, other companies that are there that have sponsored the competition as well. When I graduate, my goal is to go into the security industry, work as a security engineer potentially, and kind of help companies secure the system. So as a security engineer, most primarily my role will be to make sure products are secure before they are pushed out to production or development. And that's what my goal is when I graduate, because I love doing that. I love doing source code reviews. I love participating in different kind of security tests. So that's what my goal is after I graduate. While I'm at Cal State, my goal is to kind of add more things to OSS, for example with the CTF or with other competitions that we'll probably host in the future, and make it open for the whole Cal State students so that they can participate and get the understanding of the cybersecurity field before they even graduate. That way they can put that on their resume or when they apply for jobs or internships. So if you're a student that's interested in cybersecurity or hasn't joined OSS, one of the major recommendations I'll give is reach out to any of us. So we have a website, osscsuf.org, or you can email us at contact@osscsuf.org, and we can always help you, with the resource, any kind of project ideas that you have, or anything that you have question about cybersecurity field. Because in cybersecurity, the biggest thing that you need to have is a curious mind, and if you have that, you'll easily fit into the field and be able to achieve great things. So you don't have to worry about, am I a good hacker, am I a good programmer? Because to be in the field, you don't need to have a CS degree. You just need to have that curious mind and willingness to learn. As soon as you have that, you are ready to join any club in security, any company, and get your experience out of it. So, for example, if you want to join our club, just reach out to us. We'll add you to our Slack environment, and then we'll reach out to you with all the announcements that we have. We'll invite you to our workshops so that you get to see different field and kind of choose your own field, because we teach you network security, web app security, and other OSINT stuff as well. So you get an experience of the whole thing and get to choose your own ideas. And other than that, just keep hacking, just keep learning, and you'll still be good in the cybersecurity field with that.